Hello everybody, this is General Snivy and welcome back to more of the Final Fantasy VIII playthrough. Before we begin the game today, I would like to show off a little minigame here known as Chocobo World. I've been meaning to show this off for quite some time, and since we've unlocked Bucko a couple of sessions back, I figure I might as well go ahead and show this off before we begin. So, you can find the Chocobo World within the Final Fantasy VIII launcher itself, and just click on the button here after you unlock Bucko, and this will basically tell you how to play Chocobo World, how to control the game, and everything else in between. So, let's just hit play, and I'm going to make this full screen. Just so that way we have a good view. Anyway, the controls for the game are extremely simple. Just play with the arrow buttons on your keyboard. The control button brings up a menu. This displays your map, what time it is, and this is measured in military time, and this is your actual time. So it's 1:06 p.m. In military time, it means it's 13:06. Map and 20, not too sure what those numbers mean. But the arrow indicates which direction Bucko is going. And after you hit control, hit left and right on the keyboard to see what your weapon is. And you can also view what level you're at, how much HP Bucko has, and the ID, which I'm not too sure how that works, but whatever. We also have a list of several item tiers. A means that it's the best tier of items you can possibly get. B is second best. C is okay. D is like black. But even so, any item you can get is still useful nonetheless. And event halt, not too sure what this means. I think this means Bucko's on his own. Not too sure. And anyway, the objective of Chocobo World is just take on random events and hopefully find your lost Moogle friend, Mog. Since I have did a little bit of grinding off screen, I managed to find Mog, and he's right here with me. You can choose to have him sleep and just stay with you by your side at all times, or have him stand by, in which case he'll help you out if Bucko is in danger. And move, I think this determines like how much movement Bucko will do on his own. If you set it to its lowest setting of 1, then he'll go straight as an arrow. You'll tell him where to go, that's where he'll go. Alright, that's basically the controls for the most part. If you want to go in any sort of direction faster, just push and hold the arrow key in that given direction. Seriously, it's that simple. Hello. Hello. Perfect timing. Thanks for the weapon. Basically, the higher the numbers, the better. I'm dead freaking serious. Go with the highest numbers that you can. After an event is completed, you'll just continue on your way. A random event occurs. Most of the time, it's a battle. During the battle sequences, if you want to proceed quickly or you want to speed up the ATB gauge, push left and right repeatedly, and this will greatly speed up the ATB gauge for Bucko. Other than that, though, it's just pure chance whether or not Bucko will hit the enemy or if the enemy will hit you. You can literally just play this with your eyes shut. Just hold down in any given direction and you're bound to run into something. But yeah, if you want to speed things along, just hit left and right on the arrow keys during the battle sequence. And push left and right alternately. There we go. Another win. When you first boot up Chocobo World, don't get used to winning so many fights. And the reason why I say this is because Bucko will start out very weak at I think he only starts at level 10, and he has only 9 HP. So, that kind of sucks, but you gotta deal with what is given to you. In order to make Bucko stronger, you have to have him participate in battles, and whether he wins or loses, he may be able to level up, or he might not. It's all related to chance, and after you win a battle, you'll get a magic stone. And if you manage to match 3 magic stones in like a single row, such as across, downwards, or diagonally, then Bucko will level up and gain an additional level bonus. I'm sorry if you hear the clicking of my keyboard in the background. My keyboard is very, very loud, and the only way to be able to play this game is with a keyboard. You can't play with a controller. I know, I've tried. I'm dead serious. I just tried, even just a few minutes ago. So the whole reason why I'm here is just to be able to show this off. And show it off for about maybe 5 minutes. Like 5 or 10 minutes. Believe it or not, you can actually get some of the best items in the entire game just by doing the whole Chocobo World thing. And oddly enough, this can make it so you can get some of the best items in the game very easily and very early on. Like after you unlock Bucko, then be prepared to get some really great items. Like how great? Well, that's not one of them, but even so, a D rank item is still it can still have its uses. How so exactly? Well, after we exit out of Chocobo World and return to Final Fantasy VIII and bring Bucko back from Chocobo World, then whatever items he collected along the journey, he'll bring back to the main game and help you out quite tremendously. There we go. Nice hit, Bucko. Ow. Okay. But yeah, this is all Chocobo World is. If anything, this could pass as a mobile game. I'm dead serious. I'm surprised Square Enix hasn't decided to make this a mobile game, and yet they turned Final Fantasy 15 into a, they made a Final Fantasy 15 tower defense game. I went too far. Oops. Seriously, I don't get it. Like, why make an Age of Empires game themed after Final Fantasy 15? Can't really, say if, I really like the game or not because, well, I haven't played it. And to be quite frank, I'm not interested in it. I like the base game. Wow, obviously, that's a bad weapon. So, anyway, as I was trying to say, the regular Final Fantasy 15, whether you're playing the Royal Edition or the base game along with all of its DLC, it's still better than the frickin' mobile tower defense game. Just saying. Place your bets, ladies and germs. Never mind. Well, that's definitely not going to help. Like I said, though, the magic stone placement is purely random. And after you obtain a level up via the magic stones... Oh, thank you for the B rank item. After you obtain a level up via the magic stones, then everything completely randomizes itself, and you're thrown to a random part of the map. By the way, if you want to know exactly where you are, just push the control key, and the flashing black dot is where you are. So, that's pretty sweet. Nice work, bucko. Anyway, if you happen to lose a battle, don't fret. It's not that bad. Basically what happens is, if you lose, then the bucko will be forced to take a nap. And he'll nap until you push the control key. Or you can just wait until he regains all of his HP, and then push the control key, and then continue on your merry way. But other than that, though, it's basically just a game of waiting until Bucko can get back up on his feet. And another way you can end up taking a nap, or taking a forceful nap, is purely random. Like, if you're roaming around the map and you don't have full HP, there is a possibility where... Oh. Okay. Damn it, Mog. Why couldn't you help me when I needed it most? Oh well. But, like I said, the more HP Bucko has, the quicker he'll recover HP. I believe when you're first starting out, he'll only recover 1 HP when you're napping. But as your HP grows, then you'll be able to recover more HP. Heyo. That's not too bad, but still not great. And since Mog helped me out, he unfortunately... Oh, hello! Thank you for the free magic stone. Okay! Never mind. I was gonna say, since Mog helped us out, he unfortunately disappeared into the night. And finding him again is purely random. So that is something to keep in mind. Every event is randomized. Most of the time, the events you'll run into are battles. If you're completely tired out and don't want to mash the buttons repeatedly, what you can do instead is just let the game do the work for you, and just let the ATB gauges continually go down on their own naturally. Okay, come on, level up. Yes, level 22. Not too bad, not too bad at all. Wow, okay, we've definitely been going on longer than I originally anticipated. Oh well, I guess we'll keep going for a little bit longer. Then afterwards, we'll actually start the game. Take that, you stupid creeper. And as you can see, the monsters don't really have much detail because, well, the Pocket Station isn't exactly the most isn't exactly like the PlayStation Vita. Just saying. Nothing like that at all. In fact, I don't even know how many bits these graphics are. They're not 8-bit, they're more like 2-bit? I have no idea. It might be 8-bit, not too sure. I've seen 8-bit games with a lot more detail than this, that's for sure. Especially even on the original Game Boy, that had more detail than this. But hey, just saying, graphics don't matter so much on a game like this. Only thing that really matters is just simply gameplay. That's all there is to it. Anyway, one other piece of advice when it comes to Chocobo World is, if you're working on grinding at all, and you're trying to figure out the best way to navigate through the map, a general rule of thumb is, for the amount of squares that you need to pass, it's roughly 5 to 10 seconds each square. After about 5 to 10 seconds, then you should be fine. You should be good to go. Wow, basically all the corners. 4, 5, 1, 2. Okay, we're good here. Another thing worth pointing out too is that when navigating through the map of Chocobo World, this entire world map rotates on itself. So if you reach one end of the screen, you'll end up on the other end. So if you run all the way to the right-hand side of the screen, or the right-hand side of the map, you'll end up on the left-hand side. So it's kind of like the original Mario Brothers on the NES, and some older games of that nature. Just saying. It's a lot like that. Really? Still... Wow. Well, good news is the next magic stone we get will be a level up guaranteed. There you go. Hell yeah. Give me that level up. Thank you very much. Alright, up to level 23. Okay. Probably gonna end up playing this until we reach the 30-minute mark. Just so that way I can get plenty of experience for good old Bucko, and maybe even some additional items. You never know what you may run into. Like I said, all events are random. Most of the time you are going to be getting into battles. And the battles are about as exciting as... if anyone's played Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions on 3DS, the Bowser's Minions mode, whatever the name of the mode is, it's about as exciting as that. That's not a good thing. But even so, still it's somehow more exciting than that. How? How? Hello, dude. Thank you for the item. Alrighty. So, other than grinding Chocobo World for a bit, I've also decided to go back into the town of Balam and decided to grind the card that I was looking for. And I managed to get all the cards that I needed in order to start creating Squall's ultimate weapon, the Lionheart. So now we can finally get that started today as well, which I will be getting into within the next 4 minutes, approximately. Within the next 4 minutes, for sure. Once we reach 30 minutes, then we'll stop. Or at least stop the Chocobo World portion of the game. Ooh, 14. Wow, that's a lot of HP. Come on, dude. Sit. Thank you. Phew, I'm surprised Bucko even won that. Holy crap. Wow, I really underestimated Bucko. And again, I never really thought about mashing left and right on the keyboard to speed up his ATB gauge. Basically, how the ATB works is much like the main game of Final Fantasy VIII. Each monster, as well as Bucko, has their own ATB gauge. They can start basically from anywhere from 1 to 9. And after a certain amount of time passes, that particular character gets to attack. Whenever their ATB gauge hits 0, then they get to attack. However, sometimes the enemy may get a second wind and end up beating the crap out of you. And this is especially true when you leave the game on autopilot. You definitely don't want to leave this game on autopilot very much. Unless you really do not feel like mashing the keys on your keyboard. Excellent! Level 25! Wow, that is sweet. Okay, we're almost done here. Like I said, we're gonna be here for like the next 2 minutes, and then afterwards we're gonna head back into the main adventure of Final Fantasy VIII, and then we'll get started on the main quest and the main reason why we're playing today. Oh, come on, really? Definitely don't want to drop my controller, that's for sure. That's the last thing I need to do here. And I believe there's another event just right here. Yes. Oh, hello. Thank you for the item. You never know what the actual item is until you return to Final Fantasy VIII, select the save file, and return Bucko to that save file. By the way, you can use Bucko across multiple save files, believe it or not. Oh, wow. Thanks, Mog. Thank you for your help, even though I got my butt handed to me on a silver platter. Okay. I think as long as Mog is able to finish off the enemy, then he stays around. And of course, I got this email popping up. Dismiss. By the way, that email is none of your business. That was something for my business email, which I'm not going to give here because obvious reasons. Thank you. Okay. Wow, we're definitely at the 30-minute mark. Alright, we're going to do one more event. Whatever happens, we're just going to accept what we have and be on our merry way after this. After this next event. Wow. Only 1 HP. If Mog manages to bail you out, then you'll be able to maintain at least 1 HP. At least according to what we have here. Alright, we're done here, so let's go ahead and exit. You can do this easily by pushing escape or clicking on the X icon. Alright, let's actually start the game. Let's start the actual game now. And here we go. Alright. Now that the Bucko's adventure is done, for now, let's bring up Chocobo World, bring him home. And with that little play session, we got some really great items here. An X Potion, Element Attack, Element Guard, Regen Ring, Doc's Code, Dark Ammo, AP Ammo, M-Stone Piece, Wizard Stone, Screw, Life Ring, Arctic Wind, and a Dead Spirit. Gotta say, that is really damn good. And since we brought everything over, it's a good idea to save progress after receiving your items. So that way, you don't end up losing them. Alright, let's make use of whatever items we have. Arctic Wind. Ice, contains element of wind or ice. I think that increases your, compatibility with a certain GF. Doc's Code. GF learns med data ability, HP plus 20% ability, elemental defense times 4. Wow, that is awesome. Cactuar's Thorn. Not sure what that's about. We also have other items that I've also collected from other sessions of Chocobo World 2, so I'm going to go ahead and give you a running fire. Oh, already no Gatling gun. Never mind then. We also have Combat King. We got this in the last session, so let's take a look. Combat King number 2. Pick up your enemy and slam them to the ground. Probably does the most damage. That's what Meteor Strike accomplishes. And of course, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. This is one of the hardest moves to do, but study it carefully and you'll eventually get it. Remember, always use it for a good cause, okay? So it's down triangle, up triangle. It's honestly not that hard to pull off. At least from what I can tell. Let's see. Aqua Breath. Excellent. Gravitational power. We also have Mog's Amulet for Mini Mog ability. No idea how that works. Let's see. I don't think we have anything else here of note as far as I'm aware. Already know Ultra Waves. Okay. Alrighty then. So, with that done and out the way, one thing I'm going to go ahead and do now is save my progress here, and we're going to start refining cards. So, like I said, in order to create the Lionheart at an early point in the game before Disc 3, you need to grind Zell's Mom until you get 20 of these cards. Once you've grinded up to 20 of those cards, make sure you have the card mod ability, which is right here. Be sure to select the right card, which is right here. 10 of these will refine into 1 energy crystal. You're going to need 2 of them. So let's do that. Bye-bye. Next, we need to do ammo refinement. And our newest item that we just obtained is going to be listed somewhere around here. Here we go. Here's the energy crystal. Refine both of these into pulse ammo. You'll get 20 pulse ammo. Do not use these at all. And after that, we're going to need to refine one more card. That would be Minotaur. Gotta say, that card was a very useful substitute when dueling Zell's mom. But it has served its purpose, and its purpose has been fulfilled. So, let's head into the shop and make ourselves a Lionheart. Bada bing, bada boom. Lionheart has been made. And we don't even need to worry about other weapons for other characters so much. Let's go ahead and make a Valkyrie, because I haven't had a chance to make that yet. For Rinoa, because, well, she's kind of lagging behind, but not really. Even so. So with that, since we've gotten our hands on the Lionheart, all of Squall's limit breaks are now unlocked. So we have Rough Divide, Faded Circle, Blasting Zone, and finally Lionheart. And let me tell you something. If you manage to get a finisher of Lionheart, woohoo! That, my friends, should be Squall's final smash if he would make it into Smash Bros. Ultimate as DLC. But I highly doubt that's going to be the case. Oh, I mean, if Piranha Plant can make it into frickin' DLC or as pre-DLC for Smash Bros. Ultimate, why not Squall? He is a Final Fantasy character after all, for obvious reasons. He would also make a great representation alongside Cloud, representing Final Fantasy VIII, because duh. But no, in actuality, Squall really should be a big representation of Final Fantasy VIII. Enough said. Okay, as I said, though, we do, our next destination is, Selphie's Garden. And I've mentioned that it's within the snowy region around here. Where is it exactly? I can't quite remember off the top of my head. It has been a while since I've last, been to this region. Other than, the last session, but even so, I'm just saying. It's definitely within this region somewhere. If it's not here, then it's probably further down towards the southeast. Or something to that extent. Not too sure. Either way, it's going to take a little bit of time before we make it all the way over towards Selphie's old garden. Whoa, what is that? Huh? Wow, that's one big crater. We must be getting close to where we need to be. So that's good. The gauge is going berserk? Well, speak of the devil and he shall appear. Here's Selphie's old garden. And wow, this entire place is completely devastated. So it looks like this place suffered a direct hit. Wow. That's definitely not good. Alright, let's head in and see how bad the damage truly is. Looks pretty bad. Selphie! I think she's trying to look and see what the damage is. A direct hit? Yeah, unfortunately. This is terrible. Indeed. I'm going in. Alright, we'll be right behind you. We might as well make sure everyone's okay here. Be careful. We'll be right behind her because, believe it or not, heading inside this garden compound is where we can, where the next part of the game is. Squall! Have you guys seen Selphie? Selphie came by, didn't she? Yeah, she ran off ahead. I wonder if there are any monsters around here. Come on, Squall, let's hurry after her. Alright, let's get moving. Better make sure she doesn't get herself killed or hurt herself in any way. Ooh, a thunder guy. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Let me make sure Rinoa has a junction. She does. Okay. So, you've been looking after Selphie? Selphie's been a great help. Aww. What's wrong? That's not like Squall at all. Whatever. There should be a basketball court in the back. Wait for me there, okay? I want to go catch up with some of my friends. Alright. I'm so glad I saw Selphie. I feel a lot more careful after talking to her. Or cheerful. I think that was the word. Anywho. Young lad, what was your name and number again? Have you done a good deed for your academy to Trabia Garden? Good deed, you ask? It's to help rebuild this place. Let's see, for example, have you donated to the Trabia Fund? I'll give you an A. Aww. Every little bit helps, I suppose. Especially considering the damage that's been done to the place. It's completely devastated. And here we have a graveyard. This graveyard doesn't hold very much in here other than a draw point and issue of timber mechanics. And nothing else here, unfortunately, for the time being. I wonder if the graveyard was even here when the garden itself was in full working order. I'm gonna say yeah, it was. We carried the injured out in the car. Me? Nah, I'm not hurt. I'm just sick. I'm exhausted from tending to everyone. Well, I hope you get better soon, that Tonberry King. Take this, GF summoning blazz! Okay. That sounds kind of interesting. And as you can see, it looks like one of the missiles that struck here was a dud. We have to remove this missile as soon as possible. There's no more threat of an explosion, but if it falls over, it could crush someone. That's true. Gee, I wish the facility was a little more reliable. What do they expect the student body committee to do under these conditions? Who knows? The ball rolled under there. That's the last ball. Oh no. Really? Because the ball looks like it's right here. Well, dang. Anything over here? Well, here's the basketball court, folks. We're leaving as soon as Selphie comes back. We're on standby till then. Okay. Sounds good to me. Doesn't seem like the enemy has invaded this garden yet. Are they on their way? What's the source? Where's the sorceress? We have to find her and... I'm probably thinking too much, or he's thinking too much. You know, ever since I met all of you, I've been doing some thinking. I can't stop thinking about it. I can't come up with an answer either. What are you thinking, actually? That's a good question. Why did the sorceress come into the picture? Why did the sorceress come into the picture all of a sudden? Was she actually waiting for this opportunity? Wonder if she was living a normal life before all of this. And hello, we have a new follower. I couldn't quite read your name in time. I think it's... Unfortunately, I can't read your name, but whoever you are, thank you very much for the follow, and I hope you enjoy your stay here on this channel. Why the search for Ellen? Ellen inviting Squall back to the past, whereas the sorceress searches for it. Could it be the sorceress is trying to make that journey into the past too? It's very well possible. I've got to do something to show that Selphie can depend on me. And I believe over here, if you run off screen or try to... Sorry to keep you waiting. Thank you. Thanks so much for coming all the way out here, everyone. Cheer up, eh? Thanks. You're welcome. Take me with you when you fight the sorceress, okay? I want to get even. I want my revenge. Do we have to fight? Isn't there another way? You know, to avoid any bloodshed? I wish it were that simple, Rinoa. I really wish it was. Yo, what the? What are you saying all of a sudden? Maybe someone really smart can come up with a way so that we wouldn't have to fight anymore. What are you getting at? If someone can come up with something, that'd be great. But no one's doing anything. They're all scared, uneasy. All they do is complain. They just pretend to be thinking. They criticize others, but in the end, they can't do anything either. Rinoa, Why all this, all of a sudden? What do you expect from me? I grew up in Garden. I'm a seed. Do you understand? Squall? You have to voice your feelings or else I won't understand. You were part of a resistance movement in Timber, right? Unlike others who were all talk, you took to your weapons and fought. And now you're saying all this? What happened to you? I guess I'm getting scared. Sometimes when I'm with all of you, I feel like we're going on the same wavelength, you know? But when the battles start happening, it's different. Everyone's tempo seems to pick up and I get left behind. I try to catch up, but it's no use. How far is everyone going? I can't hear anymore. Once I catch up, I wonder, is everyone safe? Will they welcome me with open arms? Is everyone okay? Will we all make it back together? When I start thinking like that, Rinoa, I understand. Someone might not be there. Someone you love may disappear before your very eyes. It's though you're... Blech. It's tough when you live your life thinking that way. But that's why I fight. When I was a little kid, I was about 4 or so. I was in an orphanage. An orphanage, eh? Plenty of kids, all with no parents. It was around the end of the Sorceress War, so I guess it couldn't be helped. Anyway, that's where I was. And out of all the kids there, one was very special to me. Irvine, wanna play? I really liked this girl, and it made me so happy just talking to her. Selphie, what you playing? War! Cute. Was that orphanage a stone house? You guessed it. An old house made of stone by the ocean? You guessed it. I knew right away when we first met. Hey! Why didn't you tell us? Yeah, exactly. Why? Because you two seem to have forgotten. It just kind of sucked that I was the only one who remembered. Spunky little Selphie and bossy little Quisty. That is just so weird. Huh? Hey, do you guys remember setting off fireworks? That was... this way! And for whatever reason, we are now a ghostly figure within this flashback moment. So we get a nice view of the orphanage within the past. Sis, Ellie. Aww. And whenever you talk to an NPC within this entire sequence, they disappear immediately after talking to them. My only guess as to why is because you are interacting with a memory, and the memories just simply vanish afterwards. My twin, Sis isn't here. Where's Sis? Who knows? She's definitely not anywhere around here, or within this room for that matter. And don't worry about missing any sort of pickups within this entire sequence here. We'll be back later, trust me. Oh, Sis, where'd you go? You don't like me anymore? What a shameful sight. I seriously wonder how this is even possible right now. Is Ellen in the background giving us visions of the past at this moment? I don't know. I mean, it's very well possible that could be the case. How about this? Yeah! The ocean, the lighthouse. We did set off fireworks. Yo! Kids aren't supposed to play with fireworks. I'm gonna tell on you. Crybaby ZL, go back to bed. If I remember this, does that mean I was there too? We all got into big trouble. Then what about my parents and Balam? The Dinchins and Balam must have adopted you. Yep, that's probably it. I was here. Yo, come on, stop it! Make one help! Hey look, it's little kid Cypher. Crap baby ZL. Who's that? Who's that? Nya 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 nya. Stop teasing me, Cypher. Oh my goodness. Cypher, my arch enemy. Wow, he was there too. And it wasn't until years later when we all just reunited together. Well, quite a strange coincidence. Am I right? Cypher. Cypher was always Cypher. Zell, always crying and screaming. Irvine, sorry, don't remember you. Quistis, I think you were difficult to deal with. And you still kind of are to this day. Selphie, always full of energy. I wonder what else we can find out here. Cypher was there too. Except for Rinoa, we were all there. Hey, that means... Yeah, I was there too. Sis? I was always waiting for Sis to come back. I'm all alone, but I'm doing my best. I'll be okay without you, Sis. I'll be able to take care of myself. I didn't turn out okay at all. Sis, Ellie. Ellen. So Ellen was Sis. She was a bit older than us, and we all used to call her Sis. Quistis, Zell, Selphie, Irvine, Cypher, Ellen, and myself. Yeah, I'm not sure what the meaning behind all this is, but we were definitely together. You mean Sis is Ellen? She's the one that takes us back to Laguna's period. She said she wanted to change the past. I don't know why. There can only be one reason for that. She must not be happy with the present. If that's the case, I'm definitely up for helping her. She's part of our orphanage gang. You didn't even remember who she was. Hey, Selphie, that goes for you too. It's pretty scary we've forgotten all these things. Indeed it is. Just like in real life. There's many adults out there who don't have too many childhood memories. There are some who have a good chunk of them. And even myself, I have a good number of childhood memories for myself too, but even so, I still don't remember everything from my childhood. Just saying. So Ma and Pa aren't my real parents. I wonder where the orphanage is. So Sis was Ellen, eh? Everyone was bound to Sis, but you, Squall, you kept hogging her for yourself. You sure have a good memory. This is really strange. I don't think I was adopted because of the way I am. Probably the same with Cypher, too. You two must have been at Garden by the age of 5 or so. Even so, he's never mentioned anything about growing up in an orphanage. And nothing about this has ever crossed my mind, even when I see him either. Don't you find that odd? That is strange. In my case, I had loads and loads of fun after going to Trabia. That's probably why I forgot all about my childhood. That's what I think. But I don't know what's up with you guys. It's so odd that you would forget. I remember. Yes, I remember now. Things didn't work out too well at my new home. So I came to Garden at the age of 10. It was when I first noticed Cypher and Squall. Cypher and Squall were always fighting. Yeah, Quistis always used to break us up. Yeah, that's right. Cypher was a kid who always needed to be the center of attention. But Squall always used to ignore him. But eventually they would end up fighting. Squall could have easily walked away from it, but always took up the challenge. He should have just ignored him, but Squall always, almost in tears, would say, "I gotta do my best, or else I won't be able to see Sis." I guess I was trying to take Ellen's place. I tried, but to no avail. That's probably it. Even after becoming an instructor, I couldn't stop thinking about Squall. I thought it was love. I had to hide my feelings because I was an instructor, but I've come to realize it wasn't. It was my childhood feelings as a big sister that lingered. Oh well. A misunderstood love. Actually, I had completely given up with when Rinoa came into the picture. Hey! It must be the same for Cypher. I'm sure Cypher has forgotten his childhood too. But whenever he sees Squall, his inner feelings start to boil and... Is that why he's always picking fights with Squall? Why is it that we forgot? We grew up together as kids. How's that possible? How about this? The price we pay for using the GF. The GF provides us its power, but the GF makes its own place inside our brain. So you're saying that the area is where our memories are stored? No, that's just a rumor the GF critics are spreading. So if we keep relying on the GF, we won't be able to remember a lot of things. There's no way Headmaster Sid would allow such a dangerous thing. Then how is it that I remember while everyone else has forgotten? Well, in my case, I haven't junctioned a GF until recently. That's why I remember a lot more than you guys. How about you, Selphie? Your first experience with the GF was when you came into Trabia Garden, right? Yeah. We gave up our memories in exchange for power. Sounds like the plot for Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Who knows? Is it because of the GF that we forgot? Is that why other forces refrain from using GF? Good question. But I'm pretty sure that is the case. I have a confession to make. And what is that, Selphie? When I was 12, I went on an outdoor training session. I found a GF inside one of the monsters I defeated. I junctioned that GF for a while, so I had experience with GF too. But it's really weird. I can't remember the name of that GF. It must be the GF's fault. What should we do? What should we do? Nothing? What do you mean, nothing? So what do you want to do? You want to stop using GF now? As long as we continue fighting, we're indebted to the power of the GF. If there's a price I have to pay for that, I'd gladly pay it. Hey, I know. Let's all keep a diary. That way we'll always have something to remind us. Are you sure that's what you want? Maybe that's for the best. Yeah, I don't care if I forgot about my childhood when Cypher used to pick on me. What's important to me now is having the power to protect my parents and Balam. They adopted me. There's no way I'm letting go of that power. Hey! What's up? Do you all remember Martin? She was always wearing black. Let's see. Matron. Or is it, screw it. Matron. Dressed in black. She's the, let's see. Very kind, long black hair. Yes, I really admired her. I see a resemblance, Matron. They look alike. Wait, I just pictured her face and... look alike? Nah, that's not it. Matron's name is Ida Kramer. Matron is Sorceress Ida. Wow. Damn. Matron? Sorceress Ida? Why is the Matron... Why? You're wondering why Matron would take over a country or fire missiles and whatnot? At this point, we probably wouldn't comprehend it even if we talked about it. You're probably right. Hear me out. Seed and Garden, we're all Matron's idea, right? I'm not a Seed, but I share the same feeling with all of you. Seeds are supposed to fight the sorceress, right? This is strange. That's right. It was when I was being tortured by Cypher. He wanted to know what Seed was. Matron should know. But Matron is Sorceress Ida. There's no denying that. What does this all mean? Squall, you listening? Yeah, indeed I am. So, this is what I wanted to say. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I understand what Rinoa's saying. I understand, but still, I'm gonna fight. I want to stay true to everything I've stood for. I'm sure it's the same for everyone. That's why I thought it'd be best if everyone knew we would have to face Matron. You've all heard this before. How life has infinite possibilities. I don't believe that one bit. There weren't many paths for me to choose. Sometimes there would only be one. From the limited possibilities I faced, the choices I made have brought me this far. That's why I value the path I choose. I want to hold true to the path that had to be taken. I know No, our opponent is Matron, whom we all love very much. We might lose something very important on account of the GF, but I don't mind. It's like I drifted here on the tides of fate. I'm here because I chose to be here. And more importantly, we all grew up together. But due to various circumstances, we are all separated. As a kid, you couldn't really go out on your own. There were other paths to take. All I did was just cry. But somehow, we're together again, just like old times, though a lot's changed. We're not kids anymore. We're strong enough to take care of ourselves. Make our own decisions. We're confronting a big one right now. Do we fight Matron or not? I'd say we fight. Shoot for a common goal. Hey, at least it'll keep us together a little longer. Yeah, let's do it. We can't run from her for the rest of our lives. It's just such a bummer. I can't believe we have to fight Matron. I know, but Zell's right. We can't run from her forever. Rinoa, it's up to you. We're gonna fight. I think it's the only way we can move on with our lives. If that makes any sense at all, come with us. I'm sure that's what everybody wants. What do you think, Rinoa? Look! Look! A gift from the fairies. And that would be snow. What a marvelous gift indeed. Yo, you want to go check out Ida's orphanage? I wonder what it's like now. We might find a clue. Clue? You mean as to why Matron turned out like this? It probably has to do with something that happened in the past, but the past is the past. It's over, done with. Despite what truth we find, it's not going to change the present. But I want to see too. I don't know what we'll find, but let's head for Ida's house. So with that, our next destination is made very clear. We're to head to Ida's house. I guess that's it. We're fighting. So it is. You guys are fearless. Fearless? I don't think that's quite right. If you think too hard, you become lost. I think that's what everyone's afraid of. I wish we didn't have to fight either. But we don't have much of a choice. If we don't fight, then unfortunately we can't really do much of anything at all. We can't protect the ones who we love. Anyway, after that conversation ends, we then get teleported back to Trabia Garden, or at least fighting. Screw it. We get transported back to Trabia Garden. Now, before we leave, there is something else I kind of want to take a look at here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it now. Please do not... blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh, Thunder God is available again. Sweet. Gimme. Good luck. Thanks a lot. Wait a minute, you're not from Trabia Garden, are you? I can't take this. Really, thank you, but please take back your donation. Okay. Whatever. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. My only guess as to why she wanted us to take it back is just so, they want to do it on their own. Look, I found an old book underneath the rubble. Maybe there's something written that tells a secret treasure. Interesting. Hello. These characters look kind of familiar. Leave this baby to me. I'll have it up and running in no time. We're the tech squad. Hey, who are you guys? We're Trabia Garden's tech squad. We all divided up into different squads to utilize each of our specialties. That's nice. Let's see if I can activate this. Oh! Is it up? Whoa, I think so. Warning. Personal data bank. Oh, it has a picture of Selphie. This is Selphie's personal data. Well, crap. I'm guessing, no, I'm guessing Selphie didn't want us to see her data. It probably revealed a lot more than, she wanted. Interesting. Who knew? Yeah, I think so. I'm glad you feel the same way. I believe if you come over here first, you may find a little kid who, is crying. And if you, interact with this kid, he'll, talk about a teddy bear that was, destroyed in a fire after the missile attack occurred. So, I figure I'd throw that out there. It's extra conversation where you can choose to interact with, but you have to do it before entering the basketball court. Otherwise, you'll be locked out of that conversation, basically forever. Okay. Now, as I've said, our next destination is Ida's house. However, there is some other place that I kind of want to go to first. I don't know if I'll be able to access this place now or if I have to wait until later, but we'll have to wait and see how things go. I think around this region. If not here, definitely further down towards the east, like down the southeast. That's what I was trying to say here. Wait, what's that? Okay, never mind. I thought for some reason there was a building over there that I never knew about. Guess not. But anyway, as you can see, there's not really many places we can go to right now as far as traversing through Garden is concerned. I mean, sure, we can drive around the ocean as long as we want and not have to worry about fuel ever, but even so. Oh, okay, that's a dead end. And even hitting Garden against a wall or something has no penalty against you, so don't worry if you end up hitting something by mistake. By the way, if you ride over the top of a forest and you try to get out, you will not be allowed to do so. So that is something to keep in mind. Okay then. And just like with the Chocobo World, the world wraps around itself. So if you reach one end of the map, you'll end up on the other end. So you don't have to worry so much about getting lost in this game, very much, so long as you have the map open. And the map itself is pretty memorable, because it does look like there's two figures that make up the island's formations. Not sure what those figures are exactly, but even so. Even so. By the way, several sessions ago I mentioned how I would imagine certain voice actors would voice the characters in the game, or at least the main cast. And I never really quite got into the story completely because distractions happened. Anyway, as far as who I would imagine being who, around the time I was really watching Yu-Gi-Oh! When it was first airing on the, I believe, Fox Kids or something? Either way, it was many years ago when the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters anime aired over here in the States. And for whatever reason, I would imagine Dan Green voices Squall. Can you imagine if Dan Green would voice Squall? That would sound pretty badass. But granted, Squall's current voice actor is also a badass. Just saying, though. And imagine Squall being voiced by Dan Green as a kid, and by the way, Dan Green voiced Yugi Moto as well as Yami, aka Tim. Just saying. As far as other characters and who I imagine them being, the voice actor who voiced Joey in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, by that I mean the English voice actor from 4Kids. Anyway, the person I imagine who would voice him would be Joey. It just fits so perfectly in every way. And as far as other characters such as Selphie, that would probably be Taya. Serenity would be Rinoa. Irvine would probably be I'm not really sure. But Cypher would definitely be Kaiba. That's for sure. Can you imagine? Right now. Wouldn't that be something? Anyway, we're not at our actual destination yet, but the reason why we stopped here is because, as you can see, there's this weird structure. And the structure is a bit of a strange anomaly. And the thing is, that structure is an optional dungeon that you can choose to take on. Thankfully, it's not like a super hard dungeon. It's not the hardest thing in the world. But it is an optional dungeon, and it's recommended that you save your progress here before heading in. Just so that way you're fully prepared for the road ahead. And as soon as you enter the place, a timer will start counting down. And I'll get more into that in just a second. Excuse me. As the timer counts down, if the timer runs out while you're in the middle of a fight, it's game over. But if it runs out while you're roaming around on the field, then you're fine. You just would have to exit the place and come back again. So, here we go. Let's head on in after this fight, of course. Dang it! Well, at least this gives me the opportunity to show off the Lionheart in combat. As you can see, the Lionheart is this cool, badass looking blue blade. Absolutely badass. It has the highest damage output out of all of Squall's weapons in the entire game. And basically every strike will deal approximately 500 damage per enemy. Sometimes even more than that. That's what happens when you're able to, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But, anywho, now that the Lionheart has been made, we can just simply cruise on through the rest of the game, and we don't even need to worry about cards anymore. Well, at least for the most part. Minus, Quistis' ultimate weapon, that is. Okay, as far as abilities, I think I'm gonna go ahead and, set this to, change this from Spirit 20% to Encounter None. Trust me, you do not want to have any encounters in this place. So, let's go ahead and get this moving. Welcome to this mysterious dungeon. We have 20 minutes to complete it. I am Odin. And, as you can see, the major boss of this dungeon is Odin himself. Odin is a optional GF whom you can acquire within this dungeon. There's also another GF who you could acquire here too, but it requires you to defeat 20 Tonberries. Excuse me. But before we even think about that, we first have to get through Odin's trial. And like I said, we have 20 minutes to complete the trial. Encounter none is your best friend when it comes to completing this trial. This way, you will have to... you can go through the dungeon as quickly as you possibly can, solve its puzzle, and then go and fight Odin. And the reason why I say... that you have 20 minutes to complete the trial is... if you run out of time while you're on the field, Odin vanishes. And you'll have to leave the dungeon and then re-enter in order to get him to reappear again. Thankfully, any puzzle progress that you made in this place stays intact. However, there is one other thing worth noting, and that is, if you run out of time in battle, in like any battle whatsoever, and I believe Odin is included in this scenario too, if you run out of time while you're in battle, then Odin will appear out of nowhere and insta-kill everyone in the entire party, resulting in an instant game over. So, yeah, you're going to want to complete this as fast as you possibly can. And navigating through this place can be a bit of a tricky feat. Thankfully, it's not that bad. It's relatively straightforward. Just, the only things that are really going to be holding you up in this place are definitely going to be, the enemies. Okay, then. After you hit that switch, I believe at some point... okay. Perhaps there's another switch I need to hit? I'll swear... oh, yeah. Once you hit the top switch, then you need to climb back down this ladder and hit the bottom switch. Afterwards, you climb the left staircase again, or just after you interact with it, a staircase appears. Head up this staircase. And there we go. We're almost done, folks. We just got a few more things to look at here. Around here we have Pain, which is a really damn good spell. And up here we also have something else of interest. Here we have... it doesn't have a left eye. Let's leave this as is, actually. And the reason why is because, as you saw, when climbing up this particular staircase, there's this statue up here that also has a glass eye. And also, Rinoa's dog, Angelo, has learned a new trick. So that's sweet. Alright, let's take out the left eye here. And the reason why you want to do this is so that way, once you take this up to the very top statue here, you should be able to take both eyes. And after you do that, you have to bring them back here. But after doing so, you have to enter a password. You can get this password by climbing up here and inserting both of these eyes into the top statue, which will tell you the password. Alright, let's put in the left eye. Leave it as is. Code 07183. I'm going to take a picture of this real quick. I believe this code is randomly generated every playthrough. So let's go ahead and take out the eyes. Here we are. Alright, let me go ahead and pull up this picture here as I make my way back down. And be prepared to enter the code. Thankfully, you have unlimited time to enter the code, but the timer on the left-hand side is still counting down. So that is something to keep in mind as you're going about this. Alright, put in the left eye. And then the right. And let's enter our code. Let's see, 0, 7, 1, 8, 3. Code accepted. Excellent. So with that done, there's one of two options that you can do here. Now that the puzzle is complete, we can now choose to fight Odin right now if we want to. And honestly, it's not a bad idea to do that since we still have plenty of time. Or another thing you can do is leave the dungeon and then re-enter, and this will reset the timer. Excellent. Prepare thyself! The weak shall perish, the strong shall triumph. Prevail over my sword, and I shall grant it to thee. For honor, let us fight. Alright. Here we go. Time to fight Odin. Odin is going to be really damn difficult to fight, especially considering the fact that we are of low level. Let's see. Carbuncle. Sure. Just in case we run into any sort of magical related issues. Ooh, Luck J Scroll. Scroll. That's what I meant. Well, either way. We got 12.5 minutes to fight and defeat Odin. He's got a ton of HP and a ton of firepower ready to be unleashed upon us all. So be prepared for anything and everything as it's being thrown your way. Give it everything you've got. Alright, Carbuncle, give us some reflect, please. So that way we can withstand Odin's thunder-based attacks if he throws them at us. I'm pretty sure Odin does have thunder-based attacks. And again, with the power of Reflect, we can reflect them right back. Granted, it will heal him, but it's better than receiving the damage ourselves. Just saying. Then again, I did fire thunder at him, and he did receive damage. So maybe not. Who knows? I would really like it if Squall's HP dropped to critical levels right now. So that way I can possibly unleash Lionheart on his ass. Wouldn't that be spectacular? Well, I may get my wish granted if I don't screw this up a million goddamn times. Well, damn, only 99. That was bad. Really, really bad. 309. Not the worst, but still, it could have been a lot worse as well. Come on, Siren! Do your thing! Okay. Let's see what else we can do. Wow, 152. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Still, that wasn't very effective, but even so, at least it did something. Too bad Odin can't be silenced or anything, but oh well. Leviathan, please. Excuse me. Man, I love this Lionheart. Sure, it doesn't look like it's doing much right now, but trust me, every little bit helps. And at least I'm dealing over 100 damage with that powerful Lionheart now. So that's really damn sweet. Okay. Alright, 140. Much better. Much better. Let's see how much this will deal. 429. Okay. Not too sure how much HP Odin has left. Heck, doing a scan on him may not be a bad idea. Just to see how much HP he has, what is he weak to. He might be weak to something like light magic, I don't know. But either way. Excuse me. Wait, why did I say that for? I don't know. Come on, Leviathan. Let's do some damage. And you gotta love how the waterfall effect just glitches through the background of the fight arena, or the battle arena. 368. Okay. About average. Same as everyone else. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and scan this guy. Okay, let's see what he got. What he's got. Let's see. He's almost dead, actually, so that's great. 1269 remaining out of 5800. He doesn't seem to have any elemental weaknesses and doesn't absorb anything, so okay, that's not so bad. Let's try out our new GF, Pandemonia, or Pendoma. I don't know. Screw it. Let's just call him Pendomia. By the way, you can change the names of your GFs, and if you use like a GF rename card item, again, it's only like, it only allows you to use it for like one GF. After it's used and you change its name or keep it the same, the item is used automatically. So that is something to keep in mind. There you go. Time to unleash the Tornado Zone! And say hello to our new friend. The one GF whom we acquired from, Fusion. That's it. I was like, what was her name again? Get a load of this! Bye-bye! Yeah, 438. Not great, but still something. And it looks like Odin has finally fallen. And we obtain Odin's card and 20 AP. Excellent. Learn some new abilities too. Thou art strong, mortals. I shall grant thee my powers. Call upon me in times of trouble. So, unlike other GFs in the game, Odin is not listed under the regular GFs. In fact, from now on, at random intervals, at the beginning of certain battles, or in the beginning of many battles, or random battles in general, Odin will come in and completely massacre every enemy on screen. So, that's pretty sweet. He'll deal a lot of damage to all the enemies that are on the field. Let's see, what should I have you learn? How about strength plus, yeah, go with strength plus 20%. I'm gonna have you learn elemental attack J. You were still working on those. Still got a ways to go, though. And like I said, Odin cannot be junctioned to anyone. And he's also random. So after Odin is defeated and you have confirmed the victory and left the menus and everything, then Odin is now yours and the timer disappears. So now we can just leave this place. But as I said, there is still the matter of the Tonberry King, who still needs to make an appearance here. And I do plan on getting him in this playthrough. It's just going to take quite a while, and we're going to need to do a lot of grinding in order to get that done. In fact, now that I think about it, if it all comes down to it, I may have to do this off screen. But even so, it's just something I'm thinking about. But again, as long as you got Odin, then there's really not much of a need of worrying about anything else. Ability, and change this to Spirit to plus 20%. Alright, we're done here. Done in the menus anyway. Let's return to the tower. And as I said, we still have 20 ton berries to take out. I think. It's either 20 or 10. I'm pretty sure it's 20. So let's go ahead and get things started. And here he is, the man of the hour, the Tomberry. Tomberries have a ton of HP. And I really mean a ton. They also have a lot of defense. And let's go ahead and scan you, just to view what you are all about. And throughout the course of the battle, Tomberries will creep closer and closer to you. It's very slow and very steady. Let's see, he has 18,200 HP at level 16. Mysterious beings living in dungeons walk slowly towards the enemy and kills that enemy with the chef's knife. So, yeah, I think if he gets too close to you, then you die upon taking the hit. But for the most part, though, you just want to completely annihilate this guy as soon as humanly possible. So one thing you could do here is, if you happen to have the Mad Rush command, then unleash it here. Sure, you'll go berserk, but you'll be in a... You'll have haste active, and you'll also bum rush the enemy constantly, dealing lots and lots of damage. Ooh, 518. Wow, not too bad, Squall. And as I said, as the battle goes on, he will get closer and closer to you. So, if you want to make this as smooth as humanly possible, one thing you can do is just get Squall down to limited health. If he has the Lionheart, then spam your limit breaks like there's no tomorrow. Not too bad. Not too bad as far as damage is concerned. And just like bosses that have a ton of HP, this guy is going to take a while to take down. Especially considering the fact that we have so many enemies, or so much HP to knock off of this thing. Thankfully, we have more than enough time to completely destroy him. And as I said, throughout the course of the battle, he'll just get closer and closer. He just moves really, really slowly, and he's kind of a creep. But at least it gives you plenty of time to fire lots and lots of pot shots at him. And again, just completely annihilate him, if you happen to have that kind of power within you. One chef's knife. Interesting. I kind of want to get out of here after I kill him. He seems to be after Squall. That's not a good thing. It seems as though the target of which Tomberry chooses is random. And once he has his eyes set on someone, he's going to keep getting closer and closer to them until they eventually kick the bucket. Or until he stabs them. Kinda wish Tomberries had a weakness in this game, but sadly they don't. Wow! That was awesome! Oh wow, he tripped. Tomberry fell over. That's funny. That is just hilarious. Thankfully, if a Tomberry does fall over, they won't move any closer, which is nice. it gives you a little more time to deal enough damage to completely destroy them. Which, like I said, does take time. It takes quite a bit of time to completely crush them. Like over 18,000 each. If you really want to get through this quickly, one thing you could do if you're at this point in the game is just activate the damage modifying cheat. Uh-oh, Chef's Knife. Ow. Okay. At least it doesn't instantly kill you, but even so, it does deal a lot of damage. And I think after Tomberry's target falls, then it'll start heading towards another party member. I think that's how it works. Either way. God damn it, completely screwed that up again. Damn it. Definitely a bad time to screw that up. Badly. If you're in a desperate situation, one thing you could do is just unleash your GFs and have them take the hits for you. Granted, they may end up dying as a result, but it's better than you dying. And again, you can always bring them back as easily as you can bring back a regular character by using something like a G returner. I think that's what it's called. Either way, I think after this fight, I'm gonna first off leave, second save progress, and third, I'm gonna activate that oops. I did not realize that was a thing. Dang it. Oh crap, that's not good. Ooh, time to unleash the limit break on frickin' Tonberry. This is gonna be real fun. It's time for the pain train to come in and completely smack the stupid frickin' troll of a creature. After we blow him away. I really wish we could blow him away, though. Like, force them to fall back or something, but, unfortunately, that's just not possible here. Alright, time to do this thing. Come on, give me a finisher. Damn it. Ah, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Phoenix down. Ow. Wow, I'm surprised. I'm surprised she lived. And thank you, Angela, for that recovery. That really helps a lot. Angelo is best dog. There's no denying that. No denying that at all. Yep, better do that. I don't think we're going to be able to get out of this one. Yep. Yeah, everyone's basically dead. Can't really go on the offensive now. Damn, I was so freaking close. Do I have any, anything here I could, use? No? Dang it. I was kind of hoping I would have something like a Mega Phoenix or a Phoenix Phenon. Something to that extent. Sadly, I don't have anything like that. Might as well go down fighting! Well, damn. Well, that didn't quite help things at all. Wow, thank God. Phoenix down, now. Get up, please. kinda need your help. Yay! He fell over again! Okay. Come on, give me a finisher. Damn it! Man. Was really hoping I could, get some sort of finisher here with Squall. Anything would do. Let's try Ultra Waves. Well, that didn't do jack crap. Oh, never mind. He's dead. Phew! God damn! Didn't receive any experience, though. Huh. Well, that's peculiar. Wonder why. Well, at least the good news is we're alive! Let's celebrate by eating something dead! Oh. Okay. Rinoa, cure everyone now. Okay. Like I said, I'm definitely going to be heading out of here. And I'm just going to go ahead and save progress. Then afterwards, we're going to continue the grind. But this time, instead of doing it the old slow and painful way, we're activating the damage modifying cheat now. So that way, every attack we deal deals 9,999 damage. So if you want a good place to farm tonberries, just stay around this area so that way you can make a quick escape as soon as the battle finishes after defeating them. Okay, let's get to work. Here's tonberry number 2. And of course, he does have a bit of a head start for whatever reason. Die! And... oh dear, everyone's grudge. Well, this is a very bad move. It deals a ton of damage. And I believe as his HP drops lower and lower, his power with everyone's grudge becomes more and more powerful. At least that's how it works with World of Final Fantasy. But even so, just saying, not so sure about this game. And again, you want everyone to be on their feet as soon as the battle ends. So make sure everyone's good. Can't use the chef's knife, unfortunately. I think it can be used for like weapon refinement, though. So that's pretty nice. Okay, time to take on the next one. Well, that's unfortunate. If you really want this to go by even faster, you can activate the high speed cheat, along with the damage modifier cheat too. There we go. I think I'm gonna do that actually. No items, nothing here. And of course, though the high-speed cheat doesn't have very much of a purpose in battle, it is still very useful to use it's still very useful to use in battles that involve grinding, and I mean a lot of grinding. So that way you can kill them nice and quick. No? Okay. Awesome. Okay. And like I said, the whole grinding session is going to take quite a bit of time. Thankfully, with the power of the high speed cheat, along with the damage modifying cheat of 9,999, I think we can get through this relatively quickly. So we're up to, I believe, this is number 6. Either way, we're on our way, slowly yet surely. If you don't have the Encounter None cheat and you're running into Tomberries left and right, excuse me, one thing you could do is, upon encountering these guys, just run. It's honestly a good idea to just run and concentrate on getting Odin done and over with first. So that way he doesn't ruin your day. Okay. Here's everyone's garage. I believe that was number 8. Alright, I think that's good. If anyone's watching this right now, can you tell me how many Tonberries I killed up to this point? I believe I've killed at least 8 so far, and here's number 9. Again, thank frickin' God for the high-speed cheat. That would make, that makes grinding kills so much faster and easier. Speaking of grinding, okay, that's number 11. Speaking of grinding, when I was grinding Zell's mom for that one card, and I had to grind like 20 of them, and also here comes number 12. Yep, number 12. When I was grinding her, I mentioned before that it can take hours to get the cards that you need. Well, with the high-speed cheat, that made that process go a lot faster this time around. So, I was able to get the cards I needed in about an hour and a half. So, that was pretty sweet. Okay, now I have the feeling like I have to pee, so excuse me for just a moment while I take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry that took so long. Well, actually, that hardly took a minute, but even so, sorry about that sun stop. I just really had to go, and I've been holding that in for quite a while. So I figured I might as well get it done and over with, now that I have the chance. Okay, here's the next one. I believe that was number 13. I believe what I'm going to do after I fight number 18, and there's like 19 left, after I fight number 18 and then get ready to take on number 19, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an escape, or just make a run for it, and save my progress before fighting number 19 and number 20. That way, after I do that, then I'll be ready to fight the Tonberry King, and I'll fight him legitimately, without any sort of superpowered cheats. At least I hope I'll be able to survive. But we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. I believe that was number 15. You know what? Go with HP, GF HP plus 10%. Okay. Okay, here we go. There's number 16. Okay, here comes number 17. Good. Alright. I believe one of my GFs learned something not that long ago. Yep. You know what, I'm just gonna keep you, keep having you learn that. Alright, we're almost done. Here's number 18. Excellent. Number 18 is down. I think I'll fight one more and then we'll make a run for it. Here comes number 19. There we go. Uh-oh. Tomberry King is here. I guess I miscounted. Anyway, let's fight him legit. Turn off the damage modifier, and let's do this thing. Well, unfortunately, I did get a few, cheap hits in. But, oh well. Let's take a look and see what you got. Say hello to the Tomberry King. He has 40,000 HP. At least at level 16. And we've already drained half of his health due to cheap shots that we've nailed on him a few times. Okay. Appears to seek revenge on all defeated Tomberries. Well, well shit, we're in trouble. Trap baskets. And just regular attacks aren't going to do us any good. Unless you're running the damage modifying cheat. Again, I apologize that the... I didn't even realize that the Tomberry King was going to appear, like, right after you killed the 20th Tomberry. Oh, man! Damn it! This isn't going to be good. $649, not too bad. Still, could be better, could be worse. I'm not too sure if the Tomberry King... Oh, junk! Throwing everything down except the kitchen sink. That's funny. Okay, is the cloud starting to glitch? Wow. Okay, this is definitely new. That's for sure. Not sure why, it seems like the clouds, the dust clouds and the explosive clouds are starting to glitch up. Damn it! There I go, getting distracted. Well, damn. That was bad. 1016. Okay, so the Tomberry King, unlike all other Tomberries, he will attack like a regular enemy does. So, be prepared for that. And also, it seems as though his knife is not as powerful as the other Tomberries with their chef's knives. But even so, he's still a very dangerous enemy. Give it all you got and unleash hell on this thing. He's got a ton of HP, and you got a lot of work to do if you want to do if you really want to... let's go with Siren, sure. It's sharp. Ow! Holy crap! That hurt. I'm guessing this thing is starting to get really, really desperate. Since it's running low on HP, it's gonna start using its sharp and stab you multiple times as if it was frickin' Michael Myers. Just saying, he's that frickin' powerful and that dangerous. Die. You know, I'm kind of surprised that Siren was able to survive the stabbing fiasco. Usually that deals so much damage that it can kill a person. Hopefully I can bring back Squall, like, very, very shortly. Also, what the hell? I don't even. That's just bull crap. Oh dear. More junk. Okay. Again, at least the junk thing isn't so bad. It's still very dangerous though. Let's go with Leviathan this time. Well, damn. Quistis is down. Not good. And that's not good either. God damn it. Full life. Quistis. Now. Oh, right, I forgot. Leviathan doesn't have boost. Or at least not yet. Excuse me. I'm not too sure how much HP this thing has left. But it can't be that much more, since we accidentally dealt half of the damage necessary to kill him in the first place, after the 20th Tonberry fell. There you go. Nice one. Seems like the Leviathan, as well as that one enemy that blows and crap, that thing really brings the pain as well. Of course, more knives. Dead. Dang it. Bring it down. To be quite honest with you all, I have no idea. I mean, no. What I'm trying to say is, I've never actually fought this thing before. I've honestly never fought the Tonberry King until today. So I have no idea what he can throw at you as far as attacks are concerned. I think we've basically seen everything up to this point, but even so, he's still a very dangerous adversary. And if we can manage to defeat him, we can actually get him to join us. As strange as that may sound, it's actually true. Because Tonberry King is a guardian force whom we could have on our side. Alright, here we go again. Perfect. Faded Circle. Okay, well, we've seen this one before. I was really, really hoping he would unleash Lionheart. That would be something really grand to see here, especially for a fight like this. But, oh well, not exactly much we can do about it. Kind of have to cross our fingers and hope for the best, especially at this point. Since I turned off the damage modifying sheet, I mean, sure, I could always turn it back on and just completely wreck his face in, but that wouldn't make things any fun now, would it? Granted, it did deal half of the amount of damage necessary to kill him in a couple of strikes. Still, though, it was an accident. didn't realize he was going to show up after the last Tonberry required to kill him or face him was defeated. I thought he would appear in a random encounter. Turns out that's not the case. He just appears after the 20th Tonberry falls. Blasting Zone! Here's a new move! Oh, this is gonna be awesome! Watch this shit! Woo! Look at that! The longest sword in the history of man! Sliced and diced! Bam, baby! And achievement unlocked. Achievement synced with the server. Even so. I'm sorry. Tonberry joined the party. Say hello to our newest friend. And we also get a royal crown too. Excellent. So, our newest GF is Tonberry. Let's see, what does he have in store? He's one of the later unlocks, believe it or not. Interesting. The second to last GF you can get in the game. Okay, highest compatibility is Selphie for him. But in the main party, that would be Squall. Tied with Rinoa as well. Let's see, what can he learn? He also has the... Wow, he has a lot of different commands. Level down and level up commands. I think these will drop your level and increase your level respectively. Not too sure though. And I think level down, if you want to decrease your level, you can use this ability to do that. I don't know if that's a permanent thing or if that only is effective for that battle. Same with level up as well. I'm not too sure. Let's see. Move HP up. Restores HP by walking. Wow. That's one hell of an ability. Let's see. Haggle. Receive discounts at shops, and familiar is easier to buy rare items. Wow. Okay. Interesting. I think I will just have him learn Boost first, and then have him start working on these abilities here. Okay. Other than that, though, let's go ahead and junction him with. Go ahead and junction him. And I think I'm gonna go for strength. Let's see. Evasion plus 30%. And I believe what luck is for, it increases your likelihood of scoring a critical hit. But with Squall, that's not necessary because every time you pull the trigger, that is a critical hit. Let's see. Lowers monster level and raises monster level. Okay, so that's what they do. They don't raise your level, it raises their level. So that's interesting. Interesting. Like if you're, for example, you're trying to get certain items and you're at level 22. And unfortunately, a monster will not drop a certain item until, I believe, their level drops, or is it yours? I don't really know. Either way, if you want to raise your lower levels to get better items, go for it. That's entirely up to you. Let's see. Royal Crown makes a GF learn magic plus 60%, but it's also very useful for acquiring more powerful weapons. So definitely keep that in mind. Let's see. Look, J ability. Okay. I think for right now, I'm going to try to just make my way out of here. And I believe at this point, if you get any more random encounters, it'll just be some random monsters that hang out here. So, that's pretty nice. What did I want to do here again? Shoot, I forgot. Right, I think I wanted to return to the cockpit, so that way I can head down and get some well-needed rest. And at this point now, now that that mysterious tower has been conquered in more ways than you can count, plus Tonberry is now available and has joined our party and joined our cause. I also decided to move my camera back because I feel like it's sitting too close to me, but now I have a feeling I completely screwed that up. You know what, screw it. I'll just leave it. It's not that noticeable. Okay. And alright, at this point now, the reason why I pulled back here is so that way I can have Squall rest in his bed and heal everyone up that way. Not only that, I also want to be sure everyone else is back up on their feet. Oh yeah, I could have used the tent. Oh well. This also works. Leave me alone. Maybe I'll take a break. I think what Leave Me Alone does is it makes it so other party members are disbanded for the time being until you go out to the world map, in which case you can re-add them to your active party. But yeah, since everyone is back up on their feet now that the mysterious tower is conquered, now it's time to head to Edith's house and see what the entire place is about. Let's see what it's like now. It was a pretty nice looking orphanage, considering the fact that it was on the beach. But even so, all good things have to come to an end eventually. And I have a feeling that place is going to be no exception. Alrighty. Yep, let's go. Let's head on out of here. How do you change the map again? Well, for whatever reason, it seems as though my map mod has changed. Or it disabled itself. I think the only way I can get it back to what it was before is just to reset the game, or just restart it. Like turn it, exit out of it, and reload it. What the devil is that? Well, it seems that Galbadian Garden is here too. Well then, this is gonna be interesting. Let's see progress here and get ready to head in. Squall, take a look. Here they come. What do you think? They probably know we're here too. If not, we'll make the first move. The battle is inevitable. The sorceress is with them, huh? So this is going to be the final battle? I hope so. Me too, buddy. Me too. What should I do first? I have to give orders to everybody. It's my responsibility. I have to try to keep it simple. If I give out too many orders, it could lead to chaos. What should I say? Come on, think. There's no time. Okay. You have a huge list of orders you can give out, or you can choose to give no orders and just proceed. if you give too many orders, you'll get scolded by saying some of those orders were not necessary. I'm gonna see if I can keep the orders to a minimum while also explaining what's going on. So let's go with the garden's course, then prepare for the attack, and call my comrades, and what to do with the hot dogs. That's hilarious. And take care of the junior classmen. That sounds like a pretty good order to keep in mind too. And I think I'm just gonna end it with what I have. So with the garden's course, prepare for the attack, call my comrades. And yeah, let's just go with this. Give out your orders when you're ready. This is Squall speaking. This is an emergency, so listen carefully. We're going into battle against Trabia Garden. The garden will proceed straight ahead. Set speed at 50% in case we need to take evasive maneuvers. First and second class sabers assemble in the parking lot. Those with MG rank 3 or above head for the second floor deck and await instructions. Be sure to warm up. Quistis, Zell, Selphie, come up to the bridge right away. What else? This is Dr. Kawasaki. I'd like to make some additional requests. Students who have student ID numbers ending with an 8, please take care of the junior classmen. Is that alright with you, Squall? I think that was a bit unnecessary. Of course. Still get scolded anyway. People tend to get a little wild in battle. They just need to hear what's necessary. I know. Any orders for the defense team? What am I thinking? The enemy will probably come aboard. We must concentrate our forces at the front gate and the quad. If your student ID is even, report to the quad. If it's odd, report to the front gate. Hey, what's up? I'm not invited? Okay. I believe Irvine is down just below the bridge here. Go down, please. Thank you. We need to get ready for the battle and the encounter with the garden. I thought I was part of the gang. Sorry about that. Why am I always the odd man out? What do you want us to do? I want you guys to help me lead the others. When Zell gets here, we'll divide into 2 teams. Zell, I think he's taking a nap. Yeah, he said he hasn't slept at all lately. What? Oh yeah. Well, crap. What a time to take a frickin' nap. What do you guys talking about? Nothing. It's our little secret. What's he doing? We don't have any time. I'm going to check the quad. Who's coming with me? And as you can see, Zell is out for the time being. And so is Rinoa. So we only have a choice between a couple of different party members. Quistis, Irvine, and Selphie. So I'm just going to bring Irvine with me along with Quistis. Exchange a couple of junctions. Boom, baby. I think everyone's good to go now. Selphie, find Zell. You guys work together and lead the team at the front gate. Gotcha! We still have time, so don't forget... We still have time, so don't bother equipping your GFs yet. Alright, let's go to the quad. Okay then. So we don't have to worry about equipping any GFs for the time being. Wait, what about Rinoa? Rinoa. You guys take care of her. Alrighty then. So, now it's time to get ready to fight Trabia Garden as we make our crash course over towards their exact position, and they're willing to do the same. So we need I'm late. We need to be prepared and be ready for anything that comes our way. I believe we need to go... Okay, we actually needed to go to the classroom. No, the quad. The quad is where we need to go. The quad is actually down on the first floor. What am I thinking? What about you guys? Fire Patrol, level 3 trainee, sir. Fire Patrol, level 1 trainee, sir. Rescue Team A, medic, sir. You two head for the deck. Medic, report to the defense team. Yes, sir. What are you doing? What's your status? Instructor, Indirect Magic Operative, level 2, sir. You're the first class MG. Report to the deck immediately. Yes, sir. Alrighty then. Let's head to the first floor. And let's hopefully assist everyone who's at the quad. Make sure everyone is ready to go. And everyone here is their PS1 models here, for whatever reason. A lot of people are. Good luck, Squall. We're with you all the way. Thanks, man. We're ready, sir. Our morale is our morale is soaring because of your leadership. Thanks, man. Glad you appreciate that. It's an honor to fight with you, sir. Great. I'm glad that everyone actually has manners here and are ready to fight for a good cause. And also here is a save point. So, if you're fully prepared and ready to go, go ahead and save progress and get ready for the upcoming attack. The enemy will most likely come in through the quad, come in through the front gate and the quad. I'm glad that you feel excited for the upcoming battle. I also wonder if you're scared as well. Okay. We're almost there. You guys are over there. Back up the advancing guards. Zell, what are you doing over here? Well, I'm glad you read our minds, but still, come on, man. Alrighty, listen up. This is the big one, guys. We gotta win no matter what. Sup, Squall? I got this place covered. I thought you were sleeping. Oh, yeah. Your announcement woke me up. My student ID is even, so I'm supposed to be here, right? Yo, Squall, come here for a sec. What is it, Zell? It's about your ring. This might not be the time, but what is it? Give me your ring, will ya? I just want to borrow it for a while. I won't lose it or anything. Come on, what do you say? Why do you need it? I can't tell you that. Why is that? Come on, give it to me. You can trust me. What the hell? I like this ring. I guess it's alright if he just wants to borrow it. Boop. Don't lose it. Yeah! Thanks, man! I don't think you were gonna give it to me. Rinoa is gonna be so happy. Rinoa? Alright, Squall, leave this place up to me. Alright, if you say so. Jeez, Zell. There you are. There you are. Guys, I'm gonna fight too. I don't want to just hide. I know I can fight. I want to fight alongside everyone. I hope this is the last time we have to fight in our home. Me too. Gee whiz, they can easily come inside through here. I guess we gotta stop them right here. Indeed. I hope this is the last time. Yeah, of course. Hey, Rinoa. Glad you can make it. I have to fight to prove to myself that I can do it. That I belong with you guys. Take care of yourself. You too, Rinoa. And stay safe out there. Good luck. Okay, anything else? Rinoa isn't saying anything else at the moment. Alrighty. Well, now that everyone's gathered at the quad, Squall, get back to the bridge right now! Zell, I'm counting on you. Good luck, everyone. Alright, now we need to head to the bridge. Time to get it on! Alright, we're here at the bridge. What's up? Look! Uh-oh, here they come. They're here, they're mean, they're nasty, and Cypher's there too. Oh boy, this is gonna be real fun. That's for sure. Cypher's in charge over there. They're heading right for us. Just keep going. Let's go. Oh man. What do you have to say, Cypher? Just go, huh? Well, here we go! And we also have another opportunity to listen to Landing. One of the best songs in the entire game. This is gonna be fun. This is definitely gonna be something else. As the Galbanian soldiers crash in, we're gonna crash! Go right! Uh-oh. Looks like we managed to hit something. The enemy garden is right by us. Squad team, watch out. Go straight ahead to the left. We gotta stop him from coming in. Don't forget to equip your GS. And at this point, he really means it too. So, exchange. Boom. And boom. Wait. Let me make sure everyone else has a GS. Okay then, switch. Yep. Okay. Everyone's good to go. Everyone's ready to fight. Ready to take names and kick ass. And chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of gum. Oh right, Zell has Tonberry, and the person with the highest compatibility with Tonberry, strength plus 40%. Hell yeah, give me that. When you combine strength plus 20% and 40%, those effects stack. So go with the highest value that you can, and do everything in your power to make sure that I believe Selphie had the highest compatibility with Tonberry. Is that right? Just want to be sure. Evasion plus 30%. And just to be absolutely 100% sure... Yes. Selphie has the highest compatibility of everyone with Tonberry. Okay. Come on, come on! They're dead ahead! Let's charge in. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Rinoa, here you go. I got it from Squall. Like I said, I'd make you one just like it. Till then, hold on to it for me, will ya? What did you say to him? I just told him to hand it over. It looks cool, but it's too big. Guys, come on! Indeed. Why talk about rings at a time like this? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no! Rinoa! She's in serious trouble here. It looks like she's gonna fall soon if we don't do something. Damn it! I can't reach her! We gotta pull her up somehow. Indeed we do. Rinoa, hold on, we'll be right back. Of course. Rinoa had to fall at a time like this. I'm surprised she didn't get sliced by that right there. Come on, isn't there anything we can use? Maybe a rope or a ladder? Anything? Well, unfortunately, we don't have anything like that up our arsenal. And of course, since we are being invaded, enemy reinforcements have arrived. Time for a chance of the first strike. Say hello to a new enemy type. It's a green guard. I think he's stronger than even the elite guard, though I could be wrong. But he's basically a recoloring of the regular grunts, except they're wearing green instead of blue. Hence the reason why they're stronger. Also, sweet, free remedy. I like it. I like that a lot. Boom, boom. Later, dude. Okay. Nice level up. Sweet, another paycheck. I seriously wonder, how are we getting paid? Is it like via direct deposit? Do we have to give Garden our social security number? Is that even a thing in the Final Fantasy universe? I don't even know how that's supposed to work. If anyone knows, feel free to let me know in the chat, or if you're watching this on YouTube in the future, let me know in the comments. Squall, they're coming in from the front gate! And speaking of coming in, here comes some more! And they also have their own biological weapons ready to be unleashed. Oh wow, nice. Nice dodge, Zell. I love you, man. Running fire. Nice. What, you blind? Dude, get on my level. Is he just gonna be spamming shoulder charge now? Forever and all of time? Don't know. And I don't plan on finding out anytime soon. Ow. How dare you touch this beautiful face! Now I'm gonna make you suffer! Nice. Critical hit. Even though we could unleash the power of our GFs right now, as I've mentioned many times over, it's not a good idea to do that outside of boss fights. And the whole reason why is so you can gain seed experience, so you can maintain your rank or even get a higher rank too. Squall, Rinoa's in trouble! Yeah, she's gonna fall off the garden! Damn! Squall, listen up, the enemy is attacking the classroom! The junior classmen are there! We have to do something fast! The enemy's heading this way! Squall, did you hear me? Yeah, but she's not the only one in danger. Didn't think you were so heartless, Squall. Rinoa's gonna die. Don't you realize that? Oh, for God's sake. We have to divide into 3 groups. Who should come with me? Let's see. I think I'm gonna bring, we have a choice between 3 separate options. Selphie and Quistis, Quistis and Irvine, or Irvine and Selphie. I think I'm gonna bring Irvine and Selphie with me. Quistis, you go with Zoo. Alright. Irvine, Selphie, come with me. Come with me. We'll head for the classroom. Zell, you help Rinoa. Do whatever it takes, alright? Leave it to me. Okay. And so, the gardens have now officially clashed. It's time to make our leave and get moving. But first, junction exchange and exchange. Of course. Wrong person. Switch. Irvine. There we go. Perfect. Squall, go to the 2nd floor classroom. The enemy is coming from the sky. We're going to the 2nd floor classroom. Come on. Indeed. What did you think we were going to do? Just sit back on our asses and do nothing? Of course not. We got work to do. We got people to save and people to defend. We gotta do what we gotta do and make sure everyone is safe and sound. And just like before, enemies can start swarming in and attack you at any time, so be on the lookout for that. Speaking of enemies, looks like they have a new weapon up their sleeves. Looks like some sort of prototype jetpack. Well, whatever it is, it gives them the ability to fly. Oh dear. Frickin' jetpacks. Why do the bad guys get all the cool toys and stuff? I don't get it. That's just so frickin' dumb. Why can't the good guys have the good shit? Ever. Well, anyway. It seems that though the bad guys have the upper hand right now. Here they come. They're here in the classroom. Time to charge in and save the classroom. And save the junior classmen before it's too late. Once again, we have more of these guards. Dispose of this guard as planned. Dispose, you little sea twerps. Let's see, what can we draw from these guys? Draw Aereo, Water, and Asuna. Wow, not bad for drawing spells. Speaking of which, let's cast Asuna on you. Dang it. Did not mean to quite do that. Oh well. Thankfully, if you are silenced, if you have command abilities such as treatment, you'll be able to use treatment on anyone, including those who are silenced. So that's pretty nice. So that way you don't have to waste an Asuna if it comes down to it. Pow! Right in the kisser. And another remedy. Hell yeah! Could always use more remedies, that's for sure. Excellent. Very nice. Wow! A lot of people have leveled up. And several of them have learned new abilities too, so that's sweet. Alright, what should we have you learn next? I think I'm gonna have you learn Elemental Defense J. And as far as the next one, you. Let's see. Auto Reflect. Interesting. I think I'm gonna go for Status Defense J ×2. And you are going to start working on Haggle. And then I'll have you work on Familiar too. Afterwards. It's too dangerous here. Go to the infirmary. Well, at least everyone's safe for now, but you never know when danger's gonna strike again. So, just gotta make sure everyone's, that was so scary. We're gonna be alright. Follow that girl and listen to everything she says. Okay, then. Hopefully they get to the infirmary and soon. Otherwise, they may be in some serious trouble. Okay, I'm not really sure where to go at this point. I have a feeling we need to head not that way. Not yet. Well then, we're gonna have to head elsewhere. I think we're supposed to head back to the quad. I'm not too sure, but we'll find that out as we make our way out of here. First floor. If you head back to the third floor, then you can return to the bridge, but honestly, it's not worth returning to the bridge at this point in time. Of course, more enemies. What else is new? Okay, here we go. Oh, hello! Zantanzuken! I don't think that's how you say it, but here's Odin. Boom, baby! And everyone died. The end. I love it. Missile. Interesting. Excellent. Learned a couple more abilities. Just what I needed. Alright, what should we have you do now? Let's go with, summoning magic was 10%, is not a bad idea. And you are going to learn... How about initiative? Just to give you something else to do. Okay. Again, I'm not too sure if you're supposed to go back to the quad at this point, or if you're supposed to go elsewhere. If I have to guess, it's either the quad, or we have to return to the bridge. Oh, wow. Looks like all the guards decide to appear and just, free potion. Hell yeah. Gimme. Give us the boy. What the hell was that about? Oh, silence. Okay. Really, dude. You have to use silence. One thing worth noting is that with with these commands such as treatment and whatnot, they can only be used in battle. They cannot be used outside of battle, unfortunately. As stupid as that is, it's actually true. Okay. Alright, what's next? What's next on the agenda? We still have a lot of enemies to get through yet. And as you can see, if you don't get rid of the status effect, such as silence before the next battle begins, then they'll still have that status effect going on. And it'll last until you give them a corresponding item to get rid of that status ailment or a remedy. That'll work too. Let's see. Where is the remedy? Oh, micro missile. There you go. Okay. Let's see here. I know I have some remedies in here somewhere. Here we go. There you go, Irvine. All better. I would rather save those remedies for when I would need them most, but still, now's not a bad time to use a remedy now that I have like I had 100 of them. Okay, this is clearly not the right way. Well then, that sucks. Oh well. Alright, let's try going someplace else. I'm gonna try the bridge. The bridge back on the 3rd floor here. As I've mentioned before, it has been quite a while since I've last played this game, and I may not remember everything off the top of my head, especially when it comes to figuring out where it is I have to go. But even so, we'll figure it out in due time. Take that. Oh, nice crit, Selphie. Way to frickin' go. Ow. Couldn't steal. Of course not. Mug does have a chance to fail to steal an item, but even so, it's not like damage is reduced in any way, shape, or form if you fail to mug someone. It's just you won't be able to get any items from them. Not until you attempt to attack them again and see if you can get the item from them. Still though. Okay. let's enter the 3rd floor now, and let's see if this is where I'm supposed to go. I'm pretty sure it is. Okay. Maybe I'm supposed to talk to you? Or maybe not. Okay then, that was a bad idea. Let's go back down then. Damn it, why does this have to be so confusing? I just don't remember where the hell it is I'm supposed to go. Okay, why am I automatically ejected to the 2nd floor? Okay then. We've liberated the classroom, so everything should be good there. And yet, for whatever reason, I'm not able to go any further forward yet. I'm pretty sure at some point, we're ordered to return to the bridge at some point, though I don't know when. Oh, okay. Sure. Pop right back in, why don't you? Great idea, great plan. Would totally recommend 10 out of 10. Man, I love that so much. Odin is definitely one of my favorite GFs in this game because of the fact that he can one-hit kill most enemies. Unfortunately, he doesn't get summoned when you're fighting any bosses whatsoever. With the exception of one, which will be coming into play later on in the game. Like towards the very end of Disc 3. I'm dead serious, it's that late. That late into the game. Okay. Maybe I'm supposed to talk to someone. Maybe I'm supposed to talk to someone in particular. I know I've talked to all 3 people within the classroom. And over here, there's no one here. At least not yet. Okay, yeah, I'm completely lost, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. I apologize that I'm practically running around in circles. But at least the good news is we are gaining more and more experience and getting stronger as we get further and further into this whole frickin' ordeal. Sit down and shut up. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please come again. Speaking of which, did you know that Apu is being removed from The Simpsons due to the controversy of him being a stereotype? Okay, again, I don't really know what else to do here. I've gone practically everywhere I could go. I basically told her to go to the infirmary. Maybe I should head there next? But then again, I think the infirmary is blocked off. So, if worse comes to worse, I'm just gonna have to keep going everywhere I can possibly go at a time like this until I receive my next order. Which, unfortunately, is gonna take some time to receive. But yeah. Again, I apologize, there's not really much else I can do at this time. Other than just fight everyone who stands in my way and pray I can kill them all. I wonder what it would be like if Odin just came in and just sliced the humanoid enemies in half. That would be hilarious. Okay, and Squall. Alright, time to show off treatment, like I haven't had a chance to show this off yet. Like I said, it's like a free remedy. It's a free remedy, essentially. That's what it is. And you don't even need to use a Suna either, which is absolutely fantastic. And once you have the move Recover, that's essentially a free X potion. So that, too, is awesome. Wow, 709. Just for a regular attack. Not bad at all, Squall. Not bad. Okay. Well, at least the good news is we are gaining more and more experience as time goes on. And of course, the infirmary is blocked along with other places too. Well, this sucks. Figured now would be a good time to try and save progress. Again, I've been practically everywhere. I've been everywhere, and yet I'm still not given my next objective. I hope I'm not soft-locked out of the game. Nah. I don't think it's like that. It more so just has to do with the fact that I need to do something in particular. I need to do something specific in order to trigger the next event. Also, free missile. Hell yeah. That's sweet. You seriously want to silence Squall again? You suck. Wow. Squall just wrecks everyone and everything. I love it. I love it so freaking much. You have no freaking idea. Sit down and shut up. And by the way, for every battle that you win, you may see a text that says achievement synchronizing with the server. Well, there's an achievement in the game that you can get for defeating 1,000 enemies in battle. Okay, this isn't working. Nothing's happening, of course. Dang it. Again, I've been everywhere. I talked to everyone. I don't know what to do. Damn. I guess I'm just gonna have to keep trying to talk to people until eventually I'm told what to do next. I mean, I could technically just say screw it and just continue. How? Really? Ooh. Store. I don't know what that is, but it sounds bad. It sounds like bad news. I think what store will do is it'll store up treatment. I think it'll store up attack power or something until a certain amount of time passes. After a certain amount of time passes, then he'll do that. Ow, 320. That's gonna sting. Wow, over 1,000 points of damage. That's just how freaking good the Lionheart is. It really, really is. Okay, gonna want to heal up really, really soon. Okay, dude, your ass is dead. Oh, you didn't stand a ghost of a chance. I'm terrible. I'll be here all week. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and leave Squall at critical health for now. Unless I need to bring him back from the dead again for some reason. And the reason why I'm doing this is so, just so he can unleash his limit breaks and kill every enemy he sees that much faster. Okay. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to talk to the senior classman, and then she's supposed to make a run for it. Yet for whatever reason, it's not letting me talk to her. Instead, I keep talking to the little girl. The little girl junior classman. Not sure what's up with that. Ow. Okay. Way to be an asshole. Well, guess what? Die. Alright then. Well, that was fun. Also, Dragon Fang. Nice. I think you can get Dragon Fangs from those guys at as of level 21 onward. Though I could be wrong on that. By level 21, I mean as long as one person in your party is level 21 or higher. Ow, my frickin' back. Okay then, let's try this shit again. Classroom. You. Oh, there we go. Come on guys, let's go. That's what I have to do. Squall! Squall! Now what? Squall, come up to the bridge! Dr. Kawasaki is here! What does she want? Well, now we finally received our next orders. And I've been running around like a headless chicken for what seems like forever. Just because I was not able to talk to that one woman. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Looks like Galbadia has rammed the garden. Oh dear, poor kid. It hurts, it hurts. Are you okay? I can't believe they did this. Oh, the kid is fine. You guys alright? Our garden, we're finished. Help me. Damn. It looks as though these people were not prepared at all. They just were not prepared to fight, which is not a good thing. Oh dear. Oh dear. What's the situation? We were able to stop the first two waves of the attack, but our forces aren't looking too good. Many are injured, and if they send another wave, I don't know if we can hold them. How's your team? Not good. The force at the front gate is still holding its ground, but barely. So, looks like this is it. Their guard has more experienced fighters. On the other hand, most of our troops are students who are still in training. Like Squall said, one more wave and we might be finished. Maybe I should have focused on attacking in the beginning instead of concentrating on our defense. That's exactly what I did, asshat! Ugh, dumbasses. Cypher's with them, right? You said it yourself, there's no way you can run from him. It's kind of like your destiny to face him. Looks like it's now or never. You've come this far already. What is there to think about? You're not going to run away, are you? Never! There's no way I'm going to run from him. Besides, attacking him might be our only chance. The only problem is, how are we going to board their garden? So, how about if we crash into their garden? I know it sounds crazy, but at least we'll be able to get in. Their pilot's been ramming us all along. I'm sure Nita can do it too. That sounds like a brilliant idea. We have no choice. Let's do it. Where's Rinoa? Sorry, man. There's nothing I can do. There's no way I can get to the quad. Those bastards have the area barricaded. Man, the only way we can get to her now is over the roof or fly there. No. Whoa, wait a minute. You just gave up on her, didn't you? Listen, do me a favor. You go help Rinoa. It may be too late, but don't give up until you're certain that there's nothing more you can do. I have to lead the attack. I don't care what you have to do or how you feel. Just do it, please, for Rinoa. Listen to Irvine, Squall. She's one of us. What are you waiting for? I can't believe you. Come on, Squall, please. If it's gotta be you. You're the one that has to save her. I'll take everyone inside Trabia Garden. Don't worry, I know the place like the back of my hand. We'll clear a path once Squall arrives. We'll move in. Ugh. Squall, you're forgetting something very important. What? Oh, gotta announce this to everyone in the garden too. Try to raise their morale, especially in a situation such as this. Talk to your men, Squall. Encourage them. As their leader, it's your duty. You probably don't know, but everybody in this garden looks up to you. They like you. Really? Interesting. Had no idea I had such fans. Everybody, this is Squall. How's everyone doing? You're all probably too tired to even stand up after all the fighting. But I want everyone to listen to me. We still have a chance to win, and I need your help. This is going to be our final battle. We're going to attack them before they come in again. To do that, we're going to head straight into their garden. So I want everyone to prepare for a major collision. Take care of all the junior classmen. Irvine, Quistis, Zell, and Selphie will lead the attack into their garden. As for everyone else, please support them if you can. Aww, what a tender moment there. Seed was formed to fight the sorceress, at least that's what I heard, and Garden was created to train Seeds. So this battle is Garden's destiny and also our destiny. It's a grueling battle and I'm sure you guys are all exhausted, but I don't want to have any regrets. I don't want anyone to look back and have any regrets. So just this once, I want you guys to give everything you got for yourselves and for me. Please, I beg of you. You did great. That was wonderful. Okay, let's bash into them! Let's get these bastards! Time for the counterattack! Let's do this thing! Oh dear. Oh yeah, we're in! Ready, guys? You betcha! For me, too many text boxes. Let's rock! And at this point now, everyone's morale has been boosted. But now, we're alone for the moment. There is one thing we do have to take care of first. Please help me! Mark is gone! Please help me find him! Damn it! Well, Mark has gone missing. Thankfully I know exactly where he is. I believe that's him right there! Holy crap! Why are you running from me? How'd you fall on your ass? Dude. Hey kid, are you alright? Yeah. There's a person waiting for you down the hall. I want you to go over to her, okay? Yeah. And at this point, a health bar appears for Squall. But as you can see, we're in a severe disadvantage and we can't fight this guy under normal circumstances. And if we try to run at him or run out, we're just going to keep getting rammed into. What should I do? If you scan this door and push the X button, you have 3 options. Run away, threaten the enemy, or look around for another option. You want to do the 3rd option. Let's see. There are 4 options here. Ask the girl down the hall for help, press the button for the emergency exit, run away, or threaten the enemy. Push the damn button! Duh, it's not rocket science. This will release the emergency exit and you're forced into a small little FMV sequence, and get ready for a brawl. So at this point you have to punch and kick the ever-loving crap out of the guard, while also trying to block his attacks as well as they're being thrown at you. If you run out of health or time in this matter, then you'll fall to your doom. Thankfully, it's not a game over. It's more so, it's one of those situations where you can choose to redo it or give up and receive a game over that way. So basically, the best way of going about this fight is to just kick the ever-living crap out of this guy with as many falcon kicks as possible. And there he goes. If you get to the point where you're above the belong garden rings, then you'll be given a 4th option. And I don't know what that option does, but every time I got to that point and pushed that button, I commit suicide. So be sure to knock out the guard before you reach that point. Rinoa, grab on! And with that, Rinoa is saved! Now we just need to get into Trabia Garden, while everyone else is fighting for their lives. Over there! There's the entrance! Run to the left. That's what the game's telling you. Run as if, run through this FMV sequence as if you were actually there. Technically you are, but still. Squall! Thank you. It was, don't worry about it. It was my job. We're still under contract, and it was everyone else's idea too. And I just happened to find you, that's all. So, like I said, don't worry about it. You know something? I couldn't afford to fall off that cliff and die. I have something very important that belongs to you. I can't die until I give it back to you, right? Zell gave it to me, see? I've been holding on to it. I'm gonna kill him. That's my favorite ring. You better give it back. I'm sure it is. It's a cool looking ring. What's this monster on it anyway? It's not a monster. It's a lion. Lions are known for their great strength and pride. Great strength, pride, kinda like you, Squall. I wish. So this lion of yours, does it have a name? Of course. That would be the Griever. I don't know what this name entails or why it's here, but here it is, Griever. So that's what you call it. You know, Zell said he'll make me one exactly like it. Who knows, maybe I can become like a lion too. That'd be crazy, huh? I mean, everyone might, you know, get the wrong idea about us. If it's so crazy, why do you sound so delighted? Everyone's trying to get us together. It's so obvious, even I can tell. You sound like you want everyone to get the wrong idea. No. Well, everyone's waiting. Rinoa, let's go. Okay. Squall, let's go. Indeed, let's get moving. And so Rinoa has rejoined our party. And because of this, I'm going to do an exchange of junctions. Boom. I believe everything's good here, or maybe not. Dang it. Switch, junction exchange. How about Quistis? Nope. That was the wrong character again. Switch. There we go. Perfect. Alrighty then. Everything looks good to me, so let's head inside this evil Galbadian garden. Rinoa! You're here! And so is pretty much everyone else except Irvine. Are you alright? Oh, speaking of Irvine, here he is. The sorcerer should be here somewhere. No turning back now. Forget about the past. She's our enemy now. Don't think twice for a second. There's no way we can fight her like that. I, for one, can't. She chose to fight and became our enemy. We chose to fight. We choose to fight back. We have no choice. At least I'd like to think so. Seems like I'm the only one confused. We've come this far. I guess there's no need for me to say anything. We're still listening. Squall, we want to know how you feel. I'll tell you later, after we get out of this. Let's go. So now that we've successfully infiltrated this Galbadian Garden base, we now have to bring one additional party member with us. Choose carefully, because after this you won't be able to switch out anyone again. So I am going to bring Quistis, because she is my lowest level party member here. And as far as junction exchange, I don't know who else has a junction. I think it's Selphie. So here you go. And there we go. And I selected the wrong person, dang it. Zell? Was it you, or was it, Yeah, what? Okay, Irvine has those junctions. Okay. I couldn't tell, who had them for sure. Alright. Looks like everyone's pretty much good to go here. And I am getting close to 3 hours and 20 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and get ready to end this session here. And now is a good time as any to do so anyway. This is General Snivy with the Final Fantasy VIII playthrough. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you were able to attend the live stream live, thank you for attending. In the next session, we're going to be diving way deep within this garden, figure out its puzzles and its maze, gather a new friend, which I know is here at this point in the game, and we will also fight our old caregiver as well. Oh boy, things are gonna get rough, folks, and the fun has only just begun. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time for the end of Disc 2. See you all then.